Hey, it's Sawyer again, driver of the number 3P, RM Motor Supply, KNSB Farms, 410 Sprint Car. We're here today to give you a more in-detail look of what it takes to make this 410 go around in circles at Knoxville Raceway. We're excited to bring you this series presented by RM Motor Supply, and we hope it gives you fans some insider information as to what goes on with these race cars. We hope you stay tuned. First we have the steering wheel. To get the steering wheel off of the steering gear, you have to pull this coupler and they'll slide right off. And it's got a little kind of ball bearings to hold it in place there. So this whole component right here is the steering gear. That's what allows me to steer my front wheels. Attached to the steering gear, we have the fuel shutoff. So if I were to rotate this forward, that's going to turn the fuel on and allow me to start the car. Here is the oil reservoir for the steering gear. Over here is the wing valve, so this adjusts my wing either forward or backward. And I don't have to do this when I'm just sitting in the pits. I can either go forward or backwards when I'm at full speed going down the front or backstretch or even in the turns. This sweet valve does a really good job at what it's supposed to do, and so if I want to go forward, I can go forward, and if I want to go back, I can go back at any point in time. So down here is the brake pedal. So as I press the pedal in down here, that's going to apply the pressure on all three of my brakes and allow me to come to a stop. Over here we have the fuel pump. So this is the main fuel line coming in here. And we have 3 lines coming out the other side that supply fuel to the motor and then also the main pill and high speeds. Attached to the fuel pump on the front side is the power steering pump. So it allows me to steer rather easily. The steering is not very hard when you're going around the racetrack. As it gets rougher, it might get more physically demanding, but for the most part, it steers pretty easy whenever you want to give it wheel input. Over here, we have the throttle. Just down is fast, up is slow. There is no clutch in a sprint car. It's a direct drive. So the drive shaft is coming here through my legs. This right here is the bell housing. So this is what helps keep the torque tube in the center of the car and free, and also protect it per se from my legs. So that way if the U-joint underneath the bell housing or the drive shaft were to come apart, this is kind of the first line of defense to protect my legs. There are blankets and straps that you can put in here to protect yourself and give it more of a insulation if it were to hit your leg. I just run this hoop in here that's welded in here to prevent the torque tube from going too far one way or the other. Over here is the gear shift handle, I'd call it, the shifter handle. This is either in neutral or go or drive. That's the only control I have as to shifting in a sprint car as per se. There's one gear and that's go.